Good morning, friends. In this video, we will see previous year questions of UGC NTA NET JRF exam December 2021 and June 2022 English Solved Paper 2. The date of examination was October of 13th, 2022 and shift 1, and we will cover in this video questions from 51 to 60. So let's begin. Before this, we have already discussed up to question number 1 to 50, 10 in each video. So we have already completed 5 videos of this series. So we are going to make the 6th video of this series. So let's begin. So question number 51 is saying that who is the author of the essay Three Women's Texts and a Critique of Imperialism 1985? It means we have the question that we have to tell the answer of this question, that we have to find out the name of the author of that essay. The name of that essay is Three Women's Text and a Critique of Imperialism 1985. So option A is Enya Lumba. Option B Meenakshi Mukherjee. Option C Susan Mayer. Option D Gayatri Chakrabarti Spivak. So the answer of this question will be Gayatri Chakrabarti Spivak. It means option number D. See something more about this particular writer. Three Women's Text and a Critique of Imperialism 1985 is written by Gayatri Chakrabarti Spivak. There are noticeably many images of mirroring in the text. There are two facts in this book she wanted to convey. First, the role of literature in the production of cultural representation should not be ignored, and the second is that it should not be possible to read 19th century British literature without remembering that imperialism. Now, question number 52. So, which among the following are true about Harold Pinter? We have to find out the correct things about Harold Pinter. Option A, Harold Pinter was born in the year 1925, and B, he was influenced by Samuel Beckett and the theatre of Absurd, and C, The Caretaker and the Alchemist are his famous plays, and option D, Stanley is a character in the birthday party, and E, Betrayal is a story of a married couple. So we have to find out the correct answer, and the correct answer will be option number B. It means B, D, and E. So we have, what is we have in B? He was influenced by Samuel Beckett and the theatre of Absurd, and D is Stanley is a character in the birthday party, and E is Betrayal is a story of a married couple. See something more about this. Harold Pinter, born in 1930 and died in 2008, was a poet and playwright born in East London. Pinter was highly influenced by Samuel Beckett in the theatre of Absurd. He was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in 2005. Betrayal 1978, film 1982 is an ironic tragedy which ends in beginning and traces with a reversed chronology the development of a love affair between a man and his best friend's wife. Now, question number 53. So, which among the following is true about the Tractarian movement? We have to find out the correct thing about Tractarian movement. So, we have the options. Option A, it was widespread across the world. Option B, the other leaders of the movement were Paul Newman and R.H. Freud. Option C, the movement began with a sermon by John Cable in 1833. And D, Pusey gave the movement cohesion, fame, and a name. And E, the ideal of the Christian church was praised by Oxford Convocation. So the answer of this question will be option number B as well as C along with D. It means Tractarian movement. The other leaders of the movement were Paul Newman and R.H. Freud, and the movement began with a sermon by John Cable in 1833. Pusey gave the movement cohesion, fame, and a name. See something more about this. Tractarian movement, Oxford movement, is a movement of thought and doctrine within the Church of England, centered at Oxford, which began with the Assize Sermon on National Apostasy preached by John Cable in 1833. The movement aimed to defend the Church of England as a divine institution with an independent spiritual status and to revive the high church traditions of the 17th century. It criticized the tendencies of the Anglican Church to accept the authority of the state and to tolerate a range of theological positions. Cable's sermon inspired John Henry Newman, Richard Hurlford, and others to launch their series Tracts for the Times in 1833, which gave the Tractarian movement its name. Now, question number 54. Given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion A and the other is labeled as reason R. So we have the assertion A. In 19th century, Charlotte Perkins Gilman asserted economic independence over voting rights. Reason: the representation of women as power seekers was not socially acceptable in the 19th century America. In the light of the above statement, choose the most appropriate answer from the options given below. So option A, both A and R are correct, and R is the correct explanation of A. So the answer of this question will be option number A. See something more about this. Charlotte Perkins Gilman, a writer and feminist, asserted economic independence over voting rights. Her experience is recorded in her most famous short story, The Yellow Wallpaper, came in 1892. She advocated for the necessity of women's economic independence in her works Women and Economics 1898, Concerning Children 1900, and the Home, its work and influence 1903. 19th century American women were facing suppression and were not allowed to raise their voice against it. Her autobiography, The Living of Charlotte Perkins Gilman, was published posthumously in 1935. Now, question number 55. What is the correct sequence of the following feminist text? We have to arrange it in a correct sequence. So, sexual politics, world of difference, female imagination, thinking about women, room of one sound. So, at the first, we have to put a room of one sound. The second, thinking about women. The third is sexual politics. The fourth is female imagination, and the fifth one is world of difference. The correct sequence of the following text will be: A Room of One Sound came in 1929, Thinking About Women 1968, Sexual Politics 1917, The Female Imagination and a World of Difference 1919. A Room of One Sound 1929 by Virginia Woolf is a classic of the feminist movement where she demands that a woman must have money and a room for her own if she is to write fiction. Sexual Politics 1970 by Kate Millett argues that sex has a frequently neglected political aspect. Thinking About Women 1968 by Mary Ellman talks about the evolution of femininity. Now, question number 56. Match list first with list second. So, list 1 is Donald Davy, Philip Larkin, Kingsley Amis, John Wayne. And list 2, Against Romanticism, Hurry on Down, The Sires, The North Sea. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. So A will go with third. It means Donald Davy. Davy will go with the Sires. B will go with fourth. It means Philip Larkin will go with the North Sea. And C, Kingsley Amis will go with first. It means Against Romanticism. And D will go with the second. It means John Wayne will go with Hurry on Down. Donald Davy was an English movement poet and critic. His poem The Sires is well known for a speculative, erudite and philosophical opinion, manifesting a mind that, in his own phrase, moves most easily and happily among abstractions. The North Ship, 1945. The poems were by Larkin's own account, which much influenced by W.B. Yeats. Against Romanticism by Kingsley Amis starts with the line, "A traveller who walks a temperate zone, woods devoid of beasts." Amis was a member of the moment, a group of British poets, Thomgon, Philip Larkin, John Benjamin, Elizabeth Jennings, Wendy Cope. Hurry on Down, 1953, was the best novel written by John Wayne. Now, question number 57. Given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion A and the other is labeled as reason R. So, assertion A: Jacques Lacan was radically critical of the system psychoanalytical theory. And the reason: Lacan was expelled from the International Psychoanalytical Association in 1959. In the light of the above statement, choose the most appropriate answer from the options given below. So the correct answer is both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. Jacques Lacan, a French psychoanalyst, reformulated Freudian models of the unconscious and underlined the fundamental role played by language in the formation of human identity. For Lacan, humans are defined and driven principally by desire. Lacan's rethinking of identity in terms of lack and instability has had a substantial impact on disciplines across the humanities and social sciences, including political science, film studies, and queer theory. He was expelled from the International Psychoanalytical Association in 1959. Now, question number 58. The heroic couplet is a pair of option A: 12 syllable lines that rhyme, 10 syllable lines that rhyme, C: 8 syllable lines that do not rhyme, 8 syllable lines that rhyme. The correct answer for this question is going to be option number B, and that is 10 syllables lines that rhyme. We have to find out the heroic couplet is a pair of 10 syllable lines that rhyme. The heroic couplet is a pair of 10 syllable lines that rhyme. It is a traditional form commonly used in epic and narrative poetry. It may be called a rhyming pair of lines in iambic pentameter. It was first used by Geoffrey Chaucer in the Legend of Good Women and was perfected by John Dryden and Alexander Pope. Now, question number 59. Consumerism is a major theme in which of the following works? Option A: Lovelities. Option B: Saint John of Stock- Stockyard. Option C: Death of a Salesman. Option D: Candida. Option E: Waiting for Godot. Choose the most appropriate answer from the options given below. So the correct answer of this question will be option number B as well as C. It means the correct answer is Saint John of Stockyards and Death of a Salesman. Saint John of the Stockyards is a play written by the German modernist playwright Bertolt Brecht. Consumerism is a major theme of this play. Death of a Salesman, 1949, is a play written by Arthur Miller. The play contains a variety of themes such as the American dream, the anatomy of truth, and infidelity, but somewhere it moves around consumerism. Now, question number 60 and the last question. Match list first with list second. So, list first is Hamlet, Macbeth, Julius Caesar, Othello, and list 2 is 1606, 1599, 1604, 1600. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. Hamlet, a tragedy written by Shakespeare in 1601. It was registered as lately acted in July 1602. Three different early versions of the play are extant. The first quarto 1603, the second quarto 1604, and the first folio 1623. Macbeth by Shakespeare, probably written and first performed at the Globe in 1606 but not printed until the first folio 1623. Julius Caesar, a Roman tragedy by Shakespeare, probably written and performed in 1599, not printed until the first folio 1623. Its major source is Thomas North's translation of Plutarch's Life. Othello, the Moor of Venice, a tragedy by Shakespeare, was written between 1602 and 1604, and it was performed before James I at Whitehall. It was first printed in quarto in 1622 and again in a different version of the folio of 1623. The story is taken from Kingio, which Shakespeare probably read in Italian, possibly also in French. Note: NTA has dropped this question. Thank you.